Show the clearest picture yet of the state's case against the man accused of kidnapping a woman from Winter Park and killing her.
Career criminal Scott Edward Nelson received 15 years in 1994 for kidnapping his own father, taking him to a bank and forcing him to withdraw $10,000. On November 26, 2010, Scott Nelson was freed from prison and then took a bus to Daytona. But just days later, Scott Nelson decided to rob a bank by threatening to bomb the building with a fake device he left behind at the scene. Thankfully, the device was fake, but this threat led to lockdowns and evacuations of nearby hospitals and schools, and Nelson managed to get away. For just under a year, Nelson Scott was caught for the crime and pled guilty to robbery with a dangerous weapon. He was looking up to 25 years, but a judge ended up sentencing him to 7.5 years in prison. By 2017, Scott Nelson was released from federal prison and decided to get his life back together, so he got a job and started working to earn money and improve his quality of life. But at this point, Scott Nelson was living with a family and doing handyman type of work until his parole officer visited the family he was staying with and let them know about Nelson's criminal past history. After hearing this, the family he was staying with essentially kicked him to the curb and he lost his job, so he wasn't getting no income from no one else. So Nelson decided that the only way to feed himself would be to revert back to his old lifestyle. "56-year-old Jennifer Fulford worked as a nanny for a family in Winter Park, Florida. On September 27, 2017, at around 3:30 p.m., she was supposed to pick up a child of the family she was a nanny for, but she did not. When the daycare center called the parents of the child to find out why the child was not picked up, they were shocked because Jennifer Fulford was always on time and never arrived late for a pickup. Up until around 6:25 p.m., there was still no sign of Jennifer Fulford, and her SUV was not on the driveway. The family became concerned and decided to file a missing persons report. The day 56-year-old Jennifer Fulford went missing, she was at the family's home in Winter Park, Florida. As she was waiting to pick up the child from the daycare center, she heard a doorbell and went to open the front door. But little did Jennifer Fulford know that these would be her last moments on earth. When she opened the door, Scott Nelson forced his way into the home, armed with a knife, zip ties, and duct tape. He then wrapped her hands behind her back and bonded her ankles. Scott Nelson then wrapped in a comforter and put in the trunk of a very own grey SUV. Nelson then decided to drive the car clear across Orlando, took her out of the trunk, wrapped her face with duct tape, and began to stab her in the chest and back, and then left her out in the cold for dead. A day later, investigators were able to find Jennifer Fulford's vehicle in a parking lot in Orlando. But she wasn't inside the vehicle, so crime scene technicians immediately got to work to find any traces of Jennifer Fulford. When examining the car, they were able to find a beer bottle, a man's watch, and blood stains. At this point, Jennifer Fulford's body was still not found, so investigators were not able to tell if it was a homicide investigation or just a missing persons. So with no body found at the moment, the state filed a warrant for Nelson's arrest for grand theft, theft of a credit card, unlawful use of a credit card, and 2 counts of criminal use of personal identity information. Three days after Jennifer Fulford went missing, investigators found her body in the woods at approximately 1 p.m. They found the body in an extensive state of decomposition and were more than confident that there were obvious signs of foul play. During this time, Scott Nelson was arrested by the U.S. Marshals near a train station in Jacksonville, Florida. and he was held in federal custody for violating the conditions of his probation for the 2010 bank robbery. While in custody, Scott Nelson decided to mail a letter from a federal detention center in Miami to a detective with the Orlando Police Department requesting to speak about the murder of Jennifer Fulford. A detective from the Orlando Police Department was then able to meet with Nelson in prison to discuss about the murder of 56-year-old Jennifer Fulford. At the beginning of the interview, Scott Nelson was cooperating with the investigation, but then eventually asked for his attorney to be present. So by law, whenever a suspect asks for his attorney, the interview must end. But later on, Scott Nelson decided to come clean and confess to the murder of Jennifer Fulford. After Scott Nelson's confession, the state charged him with the first-degree murder of Jennifer Fulford. During the trial, a lot of evidence was shown, but none of the evidence was able to show how evil and cold-hearted Scott Nelson was, other than him himself.
Plan in mind of how I was going to survive being thrown on the street again for what? The third, or was it the fourth time by the government, be it state or federal? And, you know, once you kick a dog enough times, they tend to bite back. And really, they just don't care anymore. I mean, I suffered to work my way up to the top of the mountain, and this maniac comes and cuts it out from underneath me. I mean, what am I going to do? Go get another job? Let him do it again? No, we're going to fight back. So he lit a bomb.
All right.
He knew it too. And they laugh about it after. That's what corrections does. That's what the government does. That's all they've ever done to me. They've turned me into an animal. You know, the comforter was missing. Maybe he took it. They didn't report it.
Take the comforter off of the bed so that you could wrap Jennifer Fulford in it because you wanted to conceal her from the outside.
No,
You didn't wrap her in the comforter.
I didn't do that.
Who did it?
I don't know. I didn't do it. Maybe she did. Maybe she was cold.
Say that last line again.
I said maybe she was cold. I don't
On
know.
September 27th. How long have you lived in Florida?
I don't know. She ended up cold.
From the beginning of this case, the prosecutors were aiming for the death penalty because of the ruthlessness and ferociousness of their attack. Scott Nelson, in his own words, was a man unfairly treated by society. His criminal past history is what eventually came back to haunt him, making him unable to get a job, which then led him to being homeless. So he thought that the best way to deal with his anger would be to take out on an affluent neighborhood that pretty much represented a world that would never accept him. After all, Scott Nelson was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after one jury spared his life after his testimony, but he will never walk this earth again.